Isis Sunra El, aka Israel. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Hear this, O house of Jacob, who are called by the name of Israel, who swear by the name of the Lord, but not in truth or right. You have heard and now see all this? Will you not admit it? From of old your ear has not been opened. You have neither listened or inclined your ears to hear, although Allah persistently sent to you all His servants, the prophets, saying, Turn now every one of you from his evil way and wrongdoings. Do not go after other gods to serve and worship them, nor do with the work of your hands that which might provoke me to anger to your own harm. And now Allah has sent me. What is your name? Israel? Consider what that signifies. This shall you have from my hand. I will cut off the names of the idols from the land, so that they shall be remembered no more. 2/3 shall be cut off and perish, and 1 shall be left alive. Let her alone, and do not salute him. The Lord shall be the one, and his name one. Behold, it is written before me, and I will not keep silent. O Israel, no more shall your name be perpetuated, for the Lord is restoring the majesty of Jacob. Woe to him who builds his house by unrighteousness. Did not your father eat and drink and do righteousness? Is he not rightly called Jacob? But you have eyes and heart only for your dishonest gain, for shedding innocent blood, and for practicing oppression and violence. Allah established a testimony in Jacob, that the next generation might know, so that they may set their hope in Allah, and that they should not be like their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that was not steadfast, and whose spirit was not faithful to Allah. O Jacob, come, the Most High has you in remembrance. The Mighty One has not forgotten you in your struggle. Arise and tell them. What was it that he told you? Let him do what seems good to him, that he may come among us. Blessed be Allah alone, who put this in the heart of the king, that he come among us and save us from the power of our enemies. Whosoever seeks to hinder him under pretext of anything that is not better, he seeks the devil. I was encouraged by the help of Allah. What help and profit have you from these idols which you worship, and before which you bow yourself? Worship them not. You have no help in them. They are a great cause of shame and a misleading of the heart to those who make them and those who worship them. Turn not away from the commandments of Allah, and serve none but Him. For this did our father Abraham command us, according to the word of the Lord. Allah said unto Abraham, If your children keep my covenant that I made with you, then will I also perform to your children that which I have spoken to you, and I will not forsake them. Therefore take heed, lest you forget and pursue vanity and forsake Allah. Thus did my father command me, and I will not deviate from the orders my father gave me. O John, all praise is due to Allah, who made His promise to us true. Allah never fails to fulfill His promises. Abraham was indeed a model who was devoutly obedient to Allah and true in faith. Allah then said to him, I have appointed you to be a leader for mankind. This is what Allah promised him when as yet he had no child, and now this is a fuller account of it. Abraham prayed and asked his Lord, O Allah, you have given me no offspring. I pray you give me a boy, that he may bury me. He replied, Surrender yourself unto me. I will give you a son, and you shall call his name Ishmael. Teach him your learning and wisdom, and at your death he shall bury you. Abraham was tried by Allah with certain commands, and he fulfilled them. Allah then said unto Abraham, Since you have done this, and not withheld your only son, I will indeed bless you, and will surely multiply your descendants, and in your descendants all of the nations of the earth shall be blessed. And when Abraham and Ishmael were raising the foundation of the house, they prayed, O Allah, accept this from us, for verily you alone are the all-hearing, the all-knowing. Make us submissive unto you, and of our seed a nation submissive unto you. Raise up from the midst of our offspring an apostle from among themselves, who shall convey unto them your messages, and impart to them revelation as well as wisdom. Cause them to grow in purity, for you alone are the dispenser of grace. Allah answered, accepted is your prayer, but my covenant does not include the wrongdoers. Continue, both of you, steadfastly on the right path, and follow not those who have no knowledge. O children of Israel, a son honors his father. If then I am a father, where is my honor? Let the name of Israel be no more. Surely you are a people without any awareness of right and wrong. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. My house was destroyed, but I shall rise, for the Lord is a light to me and executes justice for me. My children went far from me and went after other gods to serve them, but they cannot save them in the time of their trouble. Their hands are upon what is evil. They have despised his law and have hated those who fear Allah. Unless Allah builds the house, those who build labor in vain. The best of them is like a briar, the most upright of them like a thorn hedge. And now I see your works before me, that you do not walk in righteousness. For your hands are defiled with blood, your lips have spoken lies, and your tongue mutters wickedness. Long live the king, whom he has left to keep the house. Those who are bent on denying the truth fight in the cause of the powers of evil. Do not reject my counsel. My sons did not listen to my voice, so I gave them over to their stubborn hearts, to follow their own counsels. I said to them, will you steal, murder, commit adultery, swear falsely, burn incense to Baal, and go after other gods that you have not known, and then come and stand before me in this house? Has this house become a den of robbers in your eyes? O Benjamin, see what they are doing. They pour out drink offerings to other gods to their own confusion. Obey my voice. Walk in the way I command you, so you shall speak all these words to them. But they said, we will not walk in it. We will not give heed. Let us cut him off in the land of the living, that his name be remembered no more. Come, we will follow our own plans. Let us not heed any of his words. Benjamin replied, no, with him I will remain, and all will hear that you made yourself odious to our father. I thought you would call me father, and would not turn from following me. How long will you go limping with two different opinions? If the Lord is Allah, follow him. But if Baal, Israel shall be your name, and there is nothing. But this thing I cannot do. Allah forbid that I should give you the inheritance of my fathers. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, nor will the children be put to death for the fathers, but every man shall die for his own sin. O John, tell us in whom this promise was made, for the Israelites say in Isaac, and the Ishmaelites say in Ishmael. Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up? Truly as the Lord lives, and as your soul lives, it was in both. In life and in death they were not divided. If a kingdom is divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house will not be able to stand. Woe to those who say, we believe in one, but we deny the other. There is no power that can alter Allah's promises. Therefore, we should ask him. Let us go and see what Allah says. He will both speak a word and fulfill it, and he shall execute justice and righteousness in the land. Ho, shepherds of Israel, who have been feeding yourselves. You eat the fatlings, you clothe yourselves with the wool, and have not fed my sheep. With force and harshness you have ruled them. My sheep have been scattered over all the face of the earth, with none to search or seek for them. So I will seek out my sheep, and gather them from the countries. I will feed them on the mountains and by the fountains. They shall lie down in good grazing land. Must my sheep eat what you have trodden with your feet? Drink what you have fouled with your feet? I will save my flock. They shall no longer be a prey. I shall set over them one shepherd, and he shall feed them. I will make with them a covenant of peace, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will stretch out my hand against you. I will make you a desolation and a waste, and you shall know I am the Lord. I will punish you for the fruit of your doings. Because you are guilty of blood, blood will pursue you. O children of Israel, I will deal with you according to the anger and envy which you showed. You magnified yourselves against me with your mouths, saying, since we left off burning incense to the Queen of Heaven and pouring out libations to her, we have lacked everything. I heard it. I will put an end to the kingdom of the house of Israel, for she is not my wife, and I am not her husband. Are you not children of transgression, the offspring of deceit? For deserting me, let your collection of idols deliver you. It is hopeless. They are worthless, a work of delusion. For from me proceeds the Spirit. I have made the breath of life. O remnant of Judah, call his name not my people, for you are not my people, and I am not your God. Your father said to Ishmael, you shall not inherit in our father's house, for you are the son of another woman. Out of insolence and envy, and out of arrogance and envy, you have said, he shall have none to sit upon the throne of David and his offspring. Why do you commit great evil against yourselves? Do not deceive yourselves, for you are speaking falsely of Ishmael and Benjamin. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, while you see not and take no knowledge of it, and seek your own pleasure. O believers, have you not observed what these people are saying? The Lord has rejected the two families which he chose. Thus have they despised my people. You shall not do this thing. If I have not established my covenant with day and night, and the ordinances of heaven and earth, then I will reject the descendants of Jacob, my servant, and will not choose one of his descendants to rule over the seed of Abraham. These two nations are mine, and I will make them one nation in the land, and one king shall be over them all. They shall no longer be two nations, and no longer divided into two kingdoms. I will save them from all their backslidings in which they have sinned, and will clean them. They shall be my people, and I will be their God. They shall follow my ordinances, and be careful to observe my statutes. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. I will bless them and multiply them, and set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. They shall teach my people the difference between the holy and common, and show them how to distinguish the unclean and the clean. They shall keep my laws and my statutes, and shall keep my Sabbaths holy. I am their inheritance. I am their possession.